Once you've done a few strokes in that direction, have another look, ensure that you've removed that pen, and you'll notice almost straight away that you've only managed to hit up to that point where the actual belly of the knife starts. To get that section of the blade, you have to take a slightly different grip. So rather than going square across the face, I tend to change my grip so that I'm coming about 45 degrees. I tend to drift this forefinger down onto the blade again, just to get a bit more feel from the tool itself. And what we're going to do to get the belly of the knife is we've got to work progressively along that face, gradually lifting our hand in this plane to ensure that we make contact with the stone all the way through. And I can pretty much see that bead of water moving as I change that grip on the handle there. Don't try and do it all at once, you'll find it very confusing. Just concentrate on one section at a time. So I'm concentrating on that section of the blade, few passes, ensuring that you're slicing that water off the surface, gradually lifting this backhand until you go right through to the tip. Stop, have a look, again see if that pen's being removed. Looks like we've got all the way right through to the tip and we've removed all that pen, so that means that we've flattened off that surface. Just do a few more passes just to make sure that we polish it a little bit more to hook that burr over to the other side. Just be careful when you come up to the tip, because there is a tendency if you lift it too far you'll punch the tip of your knife through the sandpaper. At any stage of the game and you've removed the pen and you feel that you've lost track of where you are, just stop, dry your knife off with a rag and then recolour. To do the other side, some people have a tendency of thinking that you have to swap hands. I wouldn't advise that, because you'll get a lot less response, because obviously you'll be using your non-dominant hand. To do the other side of the blade, what I tend to do is keep it in my right hand, but this time rather than pushing away from me, I'm going to be drawing it towards myself. So we'll just wet the surface of the stone down a little bit more. Again, lay it dead flat onto the surface and then just gradually lift it till that bevel makes contact with the surface, and you'll see that little bead of water appear again. So we're going to do that straight section of the blade first, drawing it back and forth. Have a look, see if we're removing that pen, which we are. A few more passes. And then again, to do the belly of the knife, I tend to change the grip, go back to that 45 stance, so 45 degrees to the stone. Start off the midsection of the belly, and then I'm just going to gradually lift this hand until we're right through to the tip again. You can see how nice and long and wide this sort of setup is though. The trouble when people are learning and they're trying to use a very small and very narrow bench stone is by the time they've got the correct angle of approach to the stone, they almost run out of the sharpening stone itself. So it gives you a really nice big broad section to work on. What you can do now that we've done both sides and we've removed the pen and we've pretty much got down to the cutting edge, you can just check to see if you've created any burr just by dragging your thumb off the cutting edge on the opposing side. So I can feel a very, very, very slight burr now. I think what I tend to do then is just to ensure, because you've almost done it in two sort of stages, there is a tendency to leave a little bit of a lump just at that transition point. So what you can do is just try and blend those two just by making a couple of passes in one go. So we're going to blend that surface. So slightly different angle, starting from the ricasso, we're just working right through to the tip, ensuring that we're slicing that surface of the water all the way off the stone. And that will just blend any slight transition that you get on that belly.